Yo, what's up, Diamond family? It's your man Vivi, and welcome back to VVS Sound. As you guys know, I'm here every week dropping off gems, teaching you to record and mix your music better. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. Look, man, I got a really crazy video for you guys today. It's all about mastering. I'm gonna show you guys how I master rap songs to get them to sound loud, to get them to sound balanced, and to get them to sound competitive. You want these to sound just like your favorite artist who got a whole label behind them. I'm gonna show you how to do that from right where you are. You ready? Let's jump into it. So, as always, man, if you don't have a template for recording, for Pro Tools, and for Logic, check out my free template down below. It's gonna completely change the way you sound, completely change the way that you record. It's gonna inspire you to make the best songs you've ever made. And it's free, so check it out down below. All right, bet. So let's jump into this mastering. I'm gonna play you just the mix with nothing on it, and then I'll drop the mix down to my master channel. You can hear the effects that I added, and I'll go through what I did. All right, let's hear it.
Opinion, phone on DND, I can't talk unless it's business. Don't sign on dotted lines unless it's 7-8 figures. Unless we talking crypto, and then I might consider. I'm amazed.
All right, cool. So let's take that same section of the song. We're just gonna drop it down to our master channel and hear it again.
Opinion, phone on DND, I can't talk unless it's business. Don't sign on dotted lines unless it's 7-8 figures. Unless we talking crypto, and then I might consider. I'm amazed. Right back to the hustle when I'm right back to my way.
So can you hear the difference? It's very drastic, it's dramatic, and it's not just a volume change. The song really comes alive when we add these master effects. So let's see what we did. I'm using the FGX from Slate Digital, but I'm actually gonna go over to this plugin here, Standard Clip, first, because what I like to do is set my clipper before I start to kind of mess with the other effects. Just because I know once I got this clipper and the ceiling on, nothing's gonna clip and nothing's gonna go past 0. So I've got the clip set at 0 dB, but I'm actually boosting almost 2 dB gain wise, and then my ceiling actually lower a little bit. Sometimes with digital distortion, even if you have the ceiling set at 0, it'll still go a little bit above it. So I just dial the ceiling back just a little bit so it doesn't cross 0. And that's all I'm doing with my clipper. It's a hard clip. I got the ceiling on, which means it's gonna stop everything at -6 dB, -0.6, I'm sorry, but you'll still see later when we pull up the loudness meter, it's probably gonna peak right at 0 dB. All right, so that's the first thing, it's the clipper. It's the last thing in the chain, but it's kind of the first thing I set up. Then I'll come back and I'll mess with the FGX. The FGX is a monster. I'm gonna let you watch it while I play back so you can kind of see what it's doing, and then I'll talk you through it.
On DND, I can't talk unless it's business. Don't sign on dotted lines unless it's 7-8 figures. Unless we talking crypto, and then I might consider. I'm amazed. Right back to the hustle.
All right, best. So this first top section is actually a compressor, and you can see the needle dancing and moving with the beat. It's kind of moving on beat with the song. That's a good indication that you got your compressor, at least the timing of it, dialed in a pleasing way. So as you can see, I have the ratio at about 2:1. The threshold is up here between 12 and 15. The real thing that I'm focused on is the attack and the release settings on this compressor. And we have a medium release and a kind of fast attack, but you'll notice we're only getting 2 dB of gain reduction. So it's not doing a lot, but it is doing enough to kind of round out the sound in a more pleasant way.
On DND, I can't talk unless it's business. Don't sign on dotted lines unless it's 7-8 figures. Unless we talking crypto, and then I might consider. I'm amazed. Right back to the hustle when I'm ready.
So as you can hear, what it's doing is really just holding the song in place. It's making the song sound a little tighter, a little more concise, a little more in place. It's really just a very subtle compression, but it's doing a lot to kind of round out the overall sound of the track, right? So if we go below that, we have the level section. This is where we're adding gain and we're doing some tone shaping. This first knob is the low punch, and if you add this, it's like a bass knob. It's like you're boosting the low end of your track. And the opposite with the details, like you're boosting the high end. I found a lot of times there's an abundance of high end in a lot of tracks. In terms of urban music, rap music, the hi-hats are usually screaming. So unless it's some kind of lo-fi, a trap soul kind of vibe, I keep the detail pretty low or at 0. But it's a taste thing, so do whatever it is you feel like works. So let's play it back and see what that adds.
On DND, I can't talk unless it's business. Don't sign on dotted lines unless it's 7-8 figures.
Oh yeah, it's also adding some gain. So we took off 2 dB of gain reduction up here in the compression side. So we're getting that back, as well as we're adding another maybe 3 dB, 2.5 to 3 dB of gain to the track, just to give us some more volume.
On DND, I can't talk unless it's business. Don't sign on dotted lines unless it's 7-8 figures. Unless we talking crypto, and then I might consider. I'm amazed. Right back to the
perfect. And then the last knob I I mess with in this plugin is the dynamic perception. It's really allowing your song to get more dynamic without really going back and reducing the amount of compression you've used, if that makes any sense. I'll overdo it and let you hear it, and then I'll pull it back and see, you can hear it with and without.
On D&D, I can't talk unless it's business. Don't sign on dotted lines unless it's 7-8 figures. Unless we talking crypto, and then I might consider. I'm amazed. Right back to the hustle.
Yeah, so if anything, I feel like it just makes the song a little more aggressive, a little bit more in your face, a little more present, which sometimes is necessary, especially after you've done a lot of compression, which we've done on this track. So that's all I really mess with in the FGX. There's only one more plugin that I use, and that's an EQ. I love the BX-V3 EQ, especially when it comes to mastering, because it does so much. The first thing I do is I add stereo width. If you guys haven't seen my previous video where I talk about getting wide mixes, you have to check that one out, because I talk a lot about this plugin. It starts at 100%. I boosted it up to 20%, but let's hear it let's hear this without the plugin, and we can kind of hear what it's doing.
On D&D, I can't talk unless it's business. Don't sign on dotted lines unless it's 7-8 figures. Unless we talking crypto, and then I might consider. I'm amazed.
All right, let's play it back with the plugin.
On D&D, I can't talk unless it's business. Don't sign on dotted lines unless it's 7-8 figures. Unless we talking crypto, and then I might consider.
One more time without.
I can't talk unless it's business. Don't sign on dotted lines unless it's 7-8 figures. Unless we talking crypto, and then I might consider.
So did you hear the subtleties? It's a very subtle change, but it's like the fizziness in the upper mid-range. We just smoothed that right out. The low end, there was some low mid information that we kind of cleaned up very subtly, and it just opened up the low end a little bit. And then there's just some slight work we did on the sides, but really the star here is the stereo width. It really just expanded the song width-wise in a very pleasing way. You can kind of hear the song collapse on itself a little bit without it. I'll play that one more time so you can kind of zero in on that.
I can't talk unless it's business. Don't sign on dotted lines unless it's 7-8 figures. Unless we talking crypto, and then I might consider.
Yeah, it just takes the entire track and just gives it a little bit more flattening, a little bit more smoothness, which is what I was looking for. And that's it, man. That's all I can give you. That's really what I use when it comes to mastering rap songs, man. If you want to learn these techniques and so many more, stay tuned, man. If you don't have a template, check out my free template down below. If you have any questions, you need anything, drop me a line. My email's below, or just drop a comment. Remember, I'm VV and I'm here for you. Stay humble, make diamonds only. Peace.
I can't talk unless it's business. Don't sign on dotted lines unless it's 7-8 figures. Unless we talking crypto, and then I might consider. I'm amazed. Right back to I can't talk unless it's business.